Welcome to this lesson on understanding the cycle of change. Understanding the cycle of change, knowing where you are in that cycle and boosting your motivation for change is crucial for making lasting behavioral changes. The change model provides valuable insights into this process, and here's a detailed guide. 1, understanding the stages of change. The first stage is pre-contemplation. In this stage, individuals are not aware of their addictive behavior or its impact. They may resist change and they may be defensive when they are confronted. The next stage is contemplation. In this stage, individuals actually recognize the addictive behavior and they are considering change. They may be weighing the pros and the cons of the change. They may be looking at the cost and the benefit. It's an exercise that I gave in substance use recovery counseling. And I tell you to do a cost-benefit analysis when you are in this stage. At this time, when I know where I can tell that you're in this stage, you now start to see that they are weighing the pros and the cons of change. Another stage is the preparation. Individuals in this stage are actively planning to change. They may have begun to set their specific goals, seeking information, looking for a coach or a counselor. They are beginning to make initial steps towards the change. The next step is the action. That is when the person has decided that, okay, I am making overt changes in that behavior. They may start to seek therapy or adopt new habits or implementing strategies for change. Sometimes you see many of them will even by themselves come and meet you and say, look, I'm looking for an in-treatment facility I want to get into. The next stage is the maintenance stage. In this stage, individuals work to maintain the changes they've made. They begin to learn to cope with challenges and the setbacks to prevent relapse. The next stage is termination. Not many people reach this stage. In termination, the new behavior is fully integrated into the individual's life and there is no risk of relapse. For me, I am in maintenance and termination together because I can cope with challenges and setbacks. I don't have any issues with that. So my new behavior is fully integrated into my life. The risk of relapse is very, very minimal, but I still stay very alert. I'm not overconfident at all. I'm staying very alert. I know someone who relapsed after 20 years. So I am very, very alert when it comes to my stage. So now, how do you identify your state of change? Reflect, again, self-reflection. Consider your current behavior and your thoughts about the change. What stage of change best describes your current situation? Right now, I'm speaking to you watching this video. What stage of change would you say you are in right now? Be honest with yourself. This is the self-reflection part. Number 2, consultation. It's time to seek input from a therapist or counselor. We can help provide an objective assessment of your stage of change. Remember when I said that when I am working with people, I can tell what stage they are when we have an assessment done. So it's important that in case you don't trust your own judgments, you can reach out to me and I can provide an objective assessment of your stage of change. Another thing you need to consider is being honest with yourself. I've said this so many times. Be honest with yourself about your readiness to change. Avoid self-deception or minimizing the problem. It's counterproductive when you are not being honest with yourself. You need to strengthen your motivation for change. Remember, we talked about the why in the beginning. Hold your why. Hold it very close. Like they say, put your why in your left hand. When you need it, open it up. Identify your reasons for wanting to change. What is your personal motivation? Your why is the most powerful source of motivation that you can ever have. Don't forget to set clear goals, smart goals for change. Having clear objectives gives you a sense of purpose. You need to also visualize your success. Imagine the positive outcomes of change, and visualization can help reinforce your commitment and motivation. Don't forget to create your action plan. So break down your goals into smaller, actionable steps. Develop a plan that outlines how you will achieve each step. Gather support. Gather support. The encouragement and accountability will help boost your motivation. Another thing is positive self-talk. I've spoken about this before. You need to challenge the limiting, self-limiting beliefs and cultivate a more positive mindset. Some of us don't see anything good in ourselves. And every time you say things like this, you begin to believe it. So it's important that you begin to ask yourself why you believe what you were believing and challenge those beliefs. Educate yourself, gain knowledge about the behavior or condition and the process of the change. When you understand the challenges and strategies, it can boost your motivation. You need to keep track of your progress. Celebrate your small victories and milestones along the way. This will reinforce your motivation and sense of achievement. Again, like I said earlier, a lot of things will be reiterated. Reiteration simply means emphasis. Emphasis simply means it is important and it is done for a purpose. It's not because we didn't know what to say or how to fill it in, but it is important that you know that these are important. Seek professional help if you need it. Get a therapist or a counselor who is experienced in behavioral change. They can provide guidance, strategies, and support tailored to your needs. Find role models. Look for individuals who have successfully made similar changes. Their stories will inspire and motivate you. I'm here if you need one. Another thing is you need to learn from relapses. If you experience a setback or a relapse or a slip-up, view them as an opportunity to learn and grow. Analyze what went wrong and adjust your approach. Don't forget, rigid people break. Flexible people bend and can navigate. There is no point. It is said that it's only insanity that can make a person do the same thing constantly and expect a different result. Try something new, adjust your approach. Don't forget to stay patient and persistent. Change is a process and it may take time. Be patient with yourself, extend grace to yourself, and stay persistent even when you're facing challenges. Remember that motivation can fluctuate. So it's normal to have moments of doubt. Continually revisit your why. Keep your why in view forever and your goals to rekindle your motivation for change. The journey towards lasting change often involves ups and downs, but with commitment and support, you can progress through the stages of change and achieve that desired transformation. I wish you well, and I'll see you at the top and in the next lesson. Which of these will strengthen your motivation for change? What is your why? Stop now. Take your pen, write in your notebook, or take a cardboard, write your why for your sobriety. When you have written it, put it somewhere where you can see it constantly until it is etched in your memory forever. Your why is very important. See you in the next lesson.